Okay. As soon as I go live, I feel like I have to sneeze. Of course. Of course. It's been a sneezy day. Whatever is growing nearby is trying to do me in. I swear. If I suddenly disappear, then it's because our power went out. We've got something weird going on at the moment. We don't know what yet. It was very strange. So, if I do disappear, I'll be back as soon as possible. Alright, so, how's everybody today? It's Friday. We are in the solo Sandbox random wheel park today, Streamland. Husband had to have a couple of teeth removed a couple of days ago, so he's not really in a state where he can talk for a while on end, so you're just gonna have to deal with me and my stuffy sounding face because allergies. Alright, so when we last left off, we had put in our shopping. Here we had put in our information booth and a just a memento and a hat's fantastic with some seating and some lighting and stuff. We don't have a whole lot of action going on over here at the moment, but that's okay. That's okay. We've had a few people popping in and out at times, and I've seen some people with hats on, so Hat's Fantastic has been getting a little bit of action. Not a terrible amount, but a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and pause there for a moment. So since we... You okay? Oh, husband walked out of the room. You okay?
Yeah, I'm going to go find something to eat so I can take my antibiotic.
Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so we finished, did we put one on that one? We did, okay. So we finished up our little staff area to get back to those buildings and whatnot. So now, we need to figure out what it is we're going to build today. Because we still only have the one animal exhibit. I know it says year 4, but time moves strangely. Especially when you have play going and you're building at the same time. I don't know why they never fill this. They keep filling these, but they don't fill that. I guess they don't need to. Maybe. I don't know. I might move that. But, yeah. There should be a food trough somewhere. Oh yeah, back there. So, then we have our little talkie talk area for the giraffe and zebra exhibit. So, I'm going to leave us on pause at the moment because it's going to start heading into a night cycle, although it would be nice to see this at night lit up. But maybe not really because I didn't do that good of a lighting pass. We're mostly relying on our lampposts here. I didn't do any spotlighting or anything. Okay, so let's bring up our wheel. Sorry, it's going to be a snuffly day, and I apologize. Not funny. I can't help it.
I understand.
I've blown my nose like 20 times, and it's not helping.
Yeah, you're okay.
Alright, so let's bring up our wheel, and let's see what we're spinning for today. Animal habitat. It was really on the line, though. Well, no, I guess it is more on the animal habitat line. Alright, so where the hell are we going to put another animal habitat? I guess it depends on what animal we get. I mean, we could put one here. Because zoo entrance is going to be about here-ish. Like, we're going to redo this. So, I mean, we could stick someone else in here, right? And add a staff path connecting back to the keeper's hut that's back here, because it's one of the large keeper's huts, so there can be X number of keepers in there at a time. So, I mean, we could do that. So, let's see what we're gonna get here. Alright, sorry, it goes a little slow when you're zoomed out here. Alright, let's see. So, let's grab our... Let's see, is that one showing? Yes, okay. So let's grab our random habitat animal. If it's giraffe or zebra, we're gonna spin again, or hit the button again. King penguin. Oh my. That's very, very different. Is this an African penguin or is this an Arctic penguin? Wow. Okay. King penguin. Oh my. Alright, let me hide that. King penguin, huh? Alright, I need to mute for just 1 second. Okay, thank you guys. I'm sorry about that. Alright. King penguin. I don't know. Oh, it's the Arctic one. Oh my. Oh, yes it is. Because of course it is. Why would it be anything else? Oh boy. Well, I've never put this penguin or this animal in a zoo yet. Oh boy. Alright, so the king penguin is a large species of marine bird that lives in the Southern Ocean and breeds on sub-Antarctic islands, including the Falklands and South Georgia. King penguins have dark gray feathers on their backs and flippers, with white feathers on their chests and stomachs, and yellow coloration on their throats, while their heads are black with bright orange cheek patches. There's an ambulance going by. Possibly fire rescue as well. I don't know what's going on. Right then. As well as orange streaks along their beaks. Standing between 32 inches and 40 inches tall, king penguins weigh an average of 19.8 pounds to 30.8 pounds. And are the second largest species of penguin after the emperor penguin. The species are not endangered, but it is predicted the king penguin population will decrease rapidly over the coming decades, This is due to climate change, which is likely to affect their prey species distribution around the island on which they breed, and the warming of the ocean may change the path of ocean currents. Penguins also struggle with acquiring enough food in areas where commercial fishing is widespread. King penguins are not viewed as at risk due to their currently high population, but there are charities, oh my god, words today, that are proposing that marine reserves are established around the penguins' range and that commercial fishing is limited in these areas to keep the population thriving. So we gotta make it cold. So aquatic and tundra. Continents of Antarctica and South America. Alright, so we've got a bit of requirement here. Let me see what species data looks like. So group size, holy fuck. Group size, excluding juveniles, 6 to 500. We're not gonna do 500. My computer will cry. No dominance. There is a mating system. 6 to 500, up to 500 males, up to 500 females. Okay. Alright, so if we go like 10, 5 and 5, right? Since there doesn't seem to be... Oh shit, guests can enter their habitat? What? What? They're gonna let guests... Really? Wow. That's fascinating. Really? Is this like a ride-through thing, or they can actually walk in there with them? That's fascinating. Alright, so if we go... like 10. Ooh, deep water requirement. Ooh. What is that? 1, 2, 3, like 1,200 feet. Huh. Alright. This is gonna be a tall order. Alright, where the hell? So, if we've got this marked out for entrance, right, and this back here designated for whatever the entrance is gonna entail. Huh. I guess. Maybe. So this area over here, that's going to be dead to us at the moment, until we get the entrance sorted. So we have entrance gates here. So I guess we could put like the entrance plaza here. And this be like the split off as you enter, right? Okay, so if we come this way, maybe enter through here. All right, let me take this railing down. Just so I can keep track of where we're going. Okay, so frosted ice path. I guess, like, I kind of want to put the pathway in first, but at the same time, it might be a little difficult to do. Trying to think here. Okay. Alright, barriers. So that said, what did that say? Grade 2. 2 to 5 feet for the land side. Alright, so here's the thing. I'm gonna have to move that tree over a little bit. So if we bring this back this way, right? And we take it up to here. We would get this animal right here now, wouldn't we? let me see what we've got going here. Alright, this we're gonna have to move. Like I figured we would at some point. I just wasn't expecting to have to move it quite so soon. Alright. Now we have a water thingy. Water filter. But I think we're gonna have to put in another set because I don't believe it's gonna reach, right? So alright, I'm just gonna put that there for right now. I'm gonna leave that sticking up quite so obnoxiously so I remember to move it back. Alright. Hey, Zorts. What time do you have to leave? Like tonight, or like this afternoon tonight? Did you manage to stay up all night? It's gonna be rough readjusting back into Grief Shift. I imagine. Because you seemed to be doing more of a, dang, burn it! You seem to be doing more of a, grave shift. I mean a day shift type thing there for a while. The first day they have us go in 2 hours after shift starts because it's I can imagine they don't want you getting too overwhelmed. What the fuck am I gonna do with this gap? Alright, you know what? Let me grab this. Bring you down to here. So you don't go in until 8 and then it's 6 from there on out. I gotcha. At least you kind of already have an idea of what you have to do. Since you used to do it before. The only thing that you would really have to know is if they changed any systems or anything. Or procedures. And I've been on a no... Are you okay?
Yep.
What'd you drop?
Almost everything, but I managed to save my fork.
What are you eating?
Oh, stuffing.
Oh. Sorry, 1 second. I lost my train of thought. So you've been on a no actual sleep schedule for months anyhow, so no matter what, you're kind of screwed there. Yeah, I can see that. Trust me, I feel ya on that one. Alright, so what if we... I'm gonna have to angle you. That's just all there is to it. 'Cause that gap is just gonna be a stubborn problem. There, fixed it. It's on the staff side anyway. I don't know why I'm not worried about it. up until 4 a.m. You fell asleep until 9, was up till noon. You went back to bed for another hour and 30 minutes. Yeah, it's tough trying to force yourself to sleep, especially when you know you have to be up by a certain time. Alright, that's kind of janky ass. Let's at least adjust that angle a little bit. Alright, that's a little better. I can't believe we got a effing Arctic animal. This is gonna be... Oof. I'm not happy. I've never done this animal either, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with it. I was kind of hoping to set up an underwater viewing area, but that might be... That's gonna involve some terrain work, and my terrain work is less than stellar. It's pretty non-existent. After night you should be fine. Well, that's good at least. And hey, income's always a good thing too. I'm just gonna slide that over for just a minute. Income's a very good thing. I had every intention of doing Parkitect yesterday, and we had to run to Sam's. Husband can't lift anything right now because of his surgery on Tuesday. And they told him, like, no heavy lifting for, like, a week. No heavy exertion. Shit. That's what I wanted to do. So I had to do all the lifting. And my back's been fucked up. So it's better than it was. I can move now. And managed to get... We got my mom's stuff. So she didn't have that much. We have to go back on Monday to get our stuff. But that's for another reason. We were actually going to try to get some of our stuff yesterday. And we couldn't. But, it wasn't the Sam's run that made me have to cancel yesterday. We got the money from my parents on Wednesday, right? So Russell took that to the bank and deposited it through the ATM like we usually do. Depositing it through the ATM is the method that we've had the least amount of problems with. The one time we went to the person, they put it in the wrong bank account, and it was a whole huge fiasco because we had to try to play where the fuck is the money when we went to go to use it, and we didn't know where the money was, and they had fucked it up twice. So, see, financially it works out. You were about to go broke, managed to scrape together enough loose change to stay afloat, and you found 2 gift cards that covered your groceries, and your Twitch payout should hit Monday or Tuesday, and you get paid for tonight and tomorrow and next. Well, that's good. At least they're not doing like every 2 weeks. That would be a little rough. That would be like Bank of Dad, hey, can I pay you back in like a week? Please? Can I eat at your house? Something to that effect. So my back was doing well enough where, I could try to get the stuff on the cart, because the carts are flatbeds at Sam's, so that's okay. Pushing the cart was another, problem, because people just kind of stare at you in Sam's when you have a large flatbed cart and walk towards you instead of, move. So, and those things drive like fucking boats or buses or something. They're a pain in the ass to maneuver, at least for me. So on our way to Sam's, we needed gas because our gas light was on in the car. As it usually is as it gets towards the end of the month. The only time we put extra gas in is if my parents cough up more money for it, if we had to run them all over back and forth to Fayetteville. So, and we didn't really do that much running this month, so we're like, yeah, that's a problem. So we went to the gas station at the corner, and Russell was trying to put gas in, and he gets back in the car, and he's like, these shitty pumps at this gas station, they're not working with my card. They told me to go in on the little readout thingy, and do I have to adjust? I'm not adjusting this whole fucking thing. And he grabbed his mask to go in, and he's like, there's way too many non-masked people hanging around the door. Fuck it, we'll go to a different gas station. I was like, can we make it to another gas station? He's like, yeah. So I'm like, all right. So we got to the next gas station, and the card still wouldn't work, and we're like, what the hell? So he put it on our one credit card that we had to put his dental surgery on Tuesday. And he's like, the card won't work. I gotta call the bank. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Now what? I was like, did they put the money in the wrong account again? He goes, no, I used the ATM. They couldn't possibly have. Well, now I'm starting to panic because that was our entire money for the month for bills and groceries. Like, where the fuck is our money? It's not showing on any of our accounts, none of them. And I'm like, oh God, what is happening? So I'm starting to, have a fucking meltdown. He calls the bank, and he ends up with their main call center, right? Not the branch. So the call center's like, well, I don't see it. And I'm like, well, obviously you don't see it. You're looking at the same computer info we are. And he's like, well, let me put you through to the dispute center. And I'm like, oh, fuck. This is not going to get resolved today. Where the fuck is our money? We have bills that need to get paid. So Russell starts talking to somebody at the dispute center and taking his info and, asking what car he was driving when he went through the ATM drive-through and stuff. And he goes, so will I get a call back? Whether they find it or not. And the lady seemed a little hesitant to answer him and didn't really give him a straight answer. And he goes, well, how long is it going to take to find out where the money is? And she's like, oh, 1 to 2 business days. It's Thursday, guys. It's Thursday afternoon at 1:30. 2 business days. That's Monday. We have groceries to buy. We have bills that need to get paid because their due dates are about to hit. And I'm like, oh no, I'm like on the verge of an anxiety attack in the car. I'm pretty much having one. I'm starting to cry. I'm having a fucking meltdown. I'm like, where the fuck's the money? We don't have time to dick around finding this. Where the fuck is the money? What the hell? And like, this is not the first time you guys have fucked up our money. Where the fuck is our money? So Russell's like, I have the deposit slip at home. I can prove I put it in there. So we go back home to find the deposit slip. They do their deposit slips kind of funny because here's the kicker. It was showing us negative $180 some in our bank account with an overdraft fee. We're set up not to do overdraft, so if it's not gonna go, it's gonna NSF, and it's just not gonna let the transaction happen. So we're like, why do we have an overdraft fee? We don't have overdraft on our account. What the motherfuck is going on? Like, we're fit to be tied. We're like, what is happening? And I'm livid. He's not much better. And so we drive all the way back home. We were about halfway from home to begin with We had to waste the gas to come back home after we'd only put 2 gallons of gas in the car to try to make it to Sam's because we thought their gas would be cheaper. Well, now we can't get gas because we don't have any money. And he tries to find the deposit slip. And the one that he thought he took out of his wallet wasn't the right one. And I'm like, oh, fuck me. So I'm digging through the floor on the car because, you know, our car's a mess. And I found one. And I said, wait, this is from yesterday. And he goes, okay. I was like, but it doesn't show that you deposited $600. He goes, no, but it shows I deposited something because it's saying I have $200 available, and our bank always does $200 on a check deposit before they clear the rest of it. And I was like, okay. Like, all right. So we grab that, we quick run over to the branch because now we're trying to make sure we get there before the branch closes, right? He walks in and I'm a few steps behind him because I was checking to make sure there wasn't anything else of importance laying on the floor of my side of the car that we needed to bring in. And I walk in and he's already talking to somebody at the entrance. And I'm like, what is this? And she's like, yeah, for like the past 3 days. And I was like, 3 days? Like, what the fuck is going on? So I only caught the tail end of the conversation. And so he's like, okay. And he goes, well, what about the bank fees? And she goes, well, it's a bank error, so any fees that you have will be refunded. And she gives us a business card. She goes, if it's not refunded, call me directly, and I'll take care of it. And she's like, I can try to make it look like the money's there if you absolutely have to have it showing in there. But otherwise, it'll probably be like 2 days before we finish the audit. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? So we get outside and I'm like, husband? And he's like, so apparently she's telling me for the past 3 days that ATM was not, the ATM in the drive-thru at the bank was not transmitting the deposits that people were making into their accounts correctly. And they didn't know for 3 days until people started calling today. So this was yesterday. So they had like 3 days worth of auditing to do on that ATM. And they were frantically trying to get everybody's money to where it was supposed to be as quickly as possible. And I was like, are you kidding me? Seriously? I was like, holy shit. Alright, so we've got... Now see, here's the thing. This side of the fence, this is going to be so janky because this side of the walkway is going to be like an Arctic-y fence. And this is like Africa. This is going to be wild. I'm not sure if... Do we want to use this keeper hut back here? Or do we want to just put a new one in and use this for something else? Or do we want to not... Or we want to save this for like another Africa animal? Do we want to do the Arctic over this way? Oh, I don't know. I was originally thinking we were going to put here, but we do need a fair amount of real estate for this. I don't know. That means we just adjusted that for nothing. Well, not totally for nothing. So you're currently working on a Stardew farm where everything's named with the item code sheets. You've got almost 100 golden walnuts for the island unlocks. Jesus Christ. I didn't know about that sheet. I had to look up a guide to figure out where all the fucking walnuts were. On my one completion farm I was trying to do. I'll never fully get that completion farm, but it's nice to have some sort of deluded dream for my brain. So husband, question. I need your opinion. Since you don't seem to be in stream. Where would you put the king penguin? Here or here?
Zoom out a little. I would put it on the right-hand side.
Over here? Like, I'm trying to figure out how far away from this I should go, because the guests will get mad if they have to walk too far.
Well, is there a reason you can't put it there?
Where? In here? I mean, I could...
Like, right where the current stuff is. You've got a little bend in the track on the other side, on the left right there.
That's a staff path right here.
Oh, okay.
And this might be concession stands at some point, so that will get blocked off.
I would just put it in the right then.
I mean, we could do...
Could put it there on that curve.
Have you done underwater viewing?
Yes.
How below Nini's skill level is this?
Basically you have to dig a hole.
Uh-huh.
Use solid pieces, like solid window pieces, to make a wall up to where the water's going to go. And it has to be completely solid, connecting with the ground. I suggest you just do above ground.
Not do underwater viewing?
Yep.
Because I haven't messed with that before, so... Alright, so how do we want to place this in here? Well, first of all, these trees gotta go. Sorry, trees. Alright, path. Alright. Let's take out all of the railing in here. So this path's more of a walk by path, not necessarily a viewing path, so we might have to figure out something here. Alright. Now, alright, let's see. So, let's go back to our barriers. We've got a null barrier. That's not watertight. So if we do the penguins outside, we're gonna have to do... Well, we're gonna have to do chillers anyway. Alright. So... thick glass... What do you need thick glass for? As opposed to regular glass? Oh, I guess just the resistance grade. Alright, I think we'll go... We'll go concrete to start with, right? So it says we really only need to be can we adjust? So it looks like well, you know what? We'll do the back side of this, like... I want it to be 6, but... I would have settled for 601. No. Damn it, my hand's, like, moving up just... Okay, cool. So, can't see our path back here. Okay, hold on. Let's swing you to about yay. Alright, let me... Oh, there's about good. Do we have like... curvy section here? Let's see what we can do with that. Okay, so we need to let's see, so that's as far out as that will go. Alright, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so if we we need like what were we thinking, like 2,500, but I think that's just like 2,500 land, right? So if we start to come through here, can we do windows on this one? We can. Okay, so I can come back in and do that. Alright. Let me just zoom out again, get an idea of where we're at. Okay. And we can maybe stick some kind of rock shelter back in that way. Alright. So, hold on, we're gonna pause there just for a second. We're gonna grab our pathway here, right? So, I think, what width was this? I think this was 23 feet. If we maybe here? Terrain modification failed. Why are you failing? No, that's not at all what I wanted. Okay. Maybe it's something to do with the width we were trying to do here. Alright, so if we bring this in this way. This path might have to get adjusted a bit. Especially since I have no idea where we're going here. Alright, well, let's think about that for a minute. Alright. So this. Alright, that's not gonna come any closer. Alright, so maybe to there. Alright, let's gotta be a straight piece. At least to a small degree. Can we hit curve now? Alright, let's... So if we make that glass, that's a lot of glass though. Well, I guess that would be alright. So we need to be maybe there. Right? So trying to figure out. Okay, actually let's take that back a bit. We're gonna take this down to okay, so if we, 'cause, like, we want to do a talk point, right? So the talk point area should probably be relatively straight. So if we do the talk point here, like about here-ish, we can start to do their water area here. Right, so I was thinking I want to try to do something, but that's gonna be really out of my league, I think, without having done any testing on it first. We're just gonna make a ginormous mess. I don't want to connect those two right now, because then that cuts off our exhibit quite a bit. But I mean, then we're not going to be able to put our concessions in over there. So this has to connect back to here somewhere. I feel like maybe that's staff. Maybe here. This is the right width, right? I think so. I don't necessarily want those two to connect just yet. Alright, so this might end up getting adjusted. Somewhat. Alright. So what if we gentlify your curve just a little bit here. Alright, we'll see how that goes here, because we're not done here. So let's see if we top point here and here. Let's go back to our barrier. So our path's on a slight why it's curving that way. But it seems to be. Oh, were we gonna have the guest walk through? Oh, we could in this skinny part, right? And then we can have their water over here. That could. Yeah, that could in theory happen. We're not gonna do the talk point in the exhibit though. That would probably stress them out with everybody trying to get in there. Alright, be a very large penguin exhibit. We're gonna have to have like 3 keepers on this exhibit. Probably. Hey, Mrs. Rakuru. How are you? Yeah, so after we talked, I never finished the story. So after we talked to the lady at our bank branch, she's like, yeah, it could still be till like tomorrow. Maybe. And I'm like, great. She goes, we're gonna try to get as much as we can done by the end of today, but you know, things and stuff, and it is 3 days worth of deposits we're having to work through. And I'm like, right. So we went back to Sam's. We had to put gas on our credit card. That is a huge exhibit. I think we want to cut that off there. And, actually, let's undo that. Alright, and, we had to put a few things that we got at Sam's on our credit card, which was not something we necessarily wanted to do. And, what are you doing? There you go. And, the money did end up in there today. Thank freaking goodness, because I was about... Hello? I was about to lose... No. What are you doing? Stop that. I was about to completely lose my shit. I mean, I kind of had already, but... Hold on. So if... This is gonna be our water over here. Yeah, let's say, don't tell me the mother... No, this was our bank problem. Basically, the ATM didn't transmit properly deposits that people had made on that ATM that was in the bank's drive-thru for 3 days. And we had like $600 missing. So I was about in a fetal position in the car, just about crying. With our bank account, like, my parents gave us $600. 150 of that, Russell, when he deposited the check, immediately transferred out of our account to his mom's account to go to the aunt that we are repaying the money to, for lending us the money to fix the sewer line. So like everybody's chipping in $50 a month. And then he immediately withdrew $20 so that we could put it in our tax jar. Because our bank lets us draw up to $200 on initial check deposits until the check fully clears. And when he checked his balance when we tried to get gas and when our debit card wasn't working, we were $182 in the negative. And we were like, what the fuck are you talking about? We deposited a $600 check that should have cleared overnight. We're like, what in the ever-loving fuck? So I was completely just drained by the time we got that sorted and got back from Sam's getting my mom's shit. So, well, when we used the teller at the bank, they put it in the, they cashed the check and put it back in the same account that it was cashed out of. And we didn't find this out until we went to go to use the money. We had to call the bank. No. We went back to the bank and we're like, where's the money? And they're like, oh, well, it was cashed and put back in the account that it was cashed out of. Oh, we must have just made an error. Like, okay, so we'll put that in the right account now. Okay, cool. All better. Went to the store, went to use it, the card's coming up declined again. I'm like, what the F? It was now considered cash. It should be there. They put it in my bank account instead of our joint account, like our primary joint account. I guess my account's sort of joint too, but we don't use that one regularly. But because it was the first account in the list, then the teller decided to put it in that account instead of the account that the debit card was to that we handed them. And we had more problems going through the teller than we did through the ATM, but Russell's probably just going to go to the teller now, and we're just going to double check that the account is correct that they put the damn check into. I'm building an exhibit for King Penguin. That's what we got when we spun the wheel earlier. But holy hell, yesterday was just, it was too much. I almost had a fucking nervous breakdown, and I know what they feel like. I'm pretty sure I had one before, and I couldn't handle attempting to stream yesterday. I'm like, nope, I'm done. We're just not gonna. This is like way too big of an exhibit for penguins, but whatever, we're rolling with it. It is what it is. Yeah, that's mightily huge. But we're gonna have water over here, so maybe it's not as big as I'm thinking it is. It kind of froze up on me there for a second. Can I do the squiggle yet? Kinda. So I'm thinking, which is always a dangerous endeavor. It says that guests can enter this damn penguin habitat. So I'm thinking we do that. Now, here's the tricky part. So if we do where do we want to have this happen? So we're gonna have guest talkie point over here, right? Okay, we'll do like a rocky shelter back here. We're gonna need to put in some staffy things. I only have one staff entrance though, so this is kind of janky. So we'll have to do the staffy stuff back here, I think. Or we well, I mean, no, because we can't have the staff entrance over here if this is water. Because the staff needs to walk in. Okay. So air track lock. It says guests can enter, but it doesn't say if they have to be in a vehicle or if they can drive through. I guess it doesn't matter. Glass habitat gate. Wooden habitat gate. Guest gate. So this is gonna be, I always have this problem when we pre-put in but why is it gotta be wood like that? Like, that's a glass airlock. So if we put that one... What the heck? Alright. So yesterday was just a bad day. Just a bad day. Oh, it... Okay. I see what we have to do. Alright, we have to shorten that up. And then we need to... Nope, nope, nope. Stop. Dip, dip, dip. Stop it. Go like that. And oh, those don't wanna. That's like the only way that that wants to line up. Alright, so then natural path with curb markers, a natural path that marks your terrain, a natural path that marks your terrain with curb markers, a natural path with curb railings. What's the difference? They look the same. Am I crazy? Okay, so that's what that one looks like. We're gonna have a problem over here, so alright, let's see about sliding that into there, and this was like 20. Alright, can we... No, that looks funny. I guess this side will just be... that. I guess. Okay, so now... Oi! Terrain. Okay. Well, first of all... This? There we go. Alright, We need some... daylight so we can see what the hell we're doing. Alright, I need to flatten all of this down. So we're gonna do king penguins. That's what the great spinny wheel of doom told us we were putting in. The Zoopedia said that guests can enter this exhibit. This exhibit is probably way too big, but it said we could have up to 500 penguins in a group. I'm not planning on having 500 penguins in here, mind you. But I guess we can let them reproduce a little bit. Just make sure we've got all that smoothed out. We might do like another viewing path down here, maybe. Maybe like a concessions area or something. That is a lot of penguins. When the Zoopedia said I could have up to 500, I was like, that's a lot of penguins. But my computer will not allow 500 penguins. If we do 500 penguins, then the zoo will be giraffes, zebras, and penguins, and that's it. My computer will be like, yeah, no, we out. As it is right now, I'm just trying to bully this one along. My C drive, which is my operating drive, we didn't make very big when we built it, because we're like, oh, well, that's fine. All of my shit's going to be on my solid state. And C drive will just be like operating system. That's fine. Russell's like, it doesn't need to be that big. I've got like 3 gigs left available on my C drive, so that's a problem. We've been moving stuff to D where available, and I've been fighting back and forth. Every time I seem to get a couple more gigs freed up on C, they vanish. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know if it's Windows. I might have to, or Chrome, excuse me, I might have to get rid of Chrome altogether and just completely switch to Mozilla. Right now I'm using a combination of both, because when I try to run certain streamers' streams on my Chrome, the second I get in their stream, it's like, oh, loading error, and they're talking to me, and I don't know what the fuck they're saying because I'm in a loading error and have to reload the stream. So that's fun. And there's also an issue where I can't chat in verified only chats on this PC. I don't know why. It shouldn't be that way. It is apparently, but it shouldn't be that way. Alright, we have to... Alright, sculpting. What's it that do? Add terrain. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Because why is this on a... Oh. I has not really played with this before. How do I make this bigger? Ah, that's how you make it bigger. That's how, friends. I don't know the meters to feet compared to what the other thing wanted us to do. Guess it has to be a certain amount of footage away from the pathway here. So we don't have guests falling in, I suppose. Okay, so we need... Well, I guess we should like really have like the deepest section back here, right? So if we do a little something something. Alright, so 20 is as big as we can get that. I mean, I guess maybe it's because of the fence line. Though I don't know if that was deep enough. That might not be deep enough. Alright, let's see about... doing this. We're gonna have to... Maybe we can do that. Alright, so if we... maybe make this a little bit smaller. Can we get this a little bit closer? Not all that much. Okay, so I guess where the red lines are, it's not gonna do, shall we say. Alright, that's okay. I guess it shouldn't be perfect in every spot. Sorry, I just had a thought. They're gonna have to be able to get in and oh no, it's gonna kinda do a little something something that I didn't want it to do. So we're gonna have to have like a sloped area where it's not quite as deep. so that they can, in fact, get out. Why is that being so weird? There we go. I've not really messed with this tool before, so... This is interesting. Alright, I think we can maybe take this back a little bit further. Doesn't have to be a tremendous amount here. Thing is, if we have like a little island thing in the middle, do the zookeepers swim out to it? Or are they just gonna be like, I can't get to so-and-so constantly forever? Which, I mean, I suppose they could just constantly do. Alright, I am gonna take that out there. Now, here's the thing. No, stop that. Alright, let me... We didn't put a habitat gate in for... the keepers. So we should probably do that. So we do that there. Now I should be able to see. Alright, it doesn't have any bodies of water in here yet. I don't think this is enough water, and I don't think it's deep enough. Are we secure? We do look to be secure. 3 bodies of water. 3. 3 bodies of water. That actually might be enough water. But average... Why does it say average water depth 0? Is it just because it hasn't calculated it yet? Huh. I think we have more than enough water in this exhibit, but, alright. We're gonna take the water out for right now. Where's that terrain tool? Alright, shit, how deep did that say it had to... Oh, no! That's a problem. There we go. Don't open the Zoopedia. Yeah, we have more than enough. I always go too big because I'm afraid of gonna go too small. How deep? It's pretty deep. Alright, this is saying that there's no... like, it's not calculating any kind of depth, which concerns me. Do we just go like another 10? Like, how deep does this really have to be? They didn't seem to say. You've not done the penguins before, right?
I have done some penguins before. What's up?
When does it calculate the depth on your water?
Once the game starts running, it usually takes like a little bit. Keep in mind that when they want deep water, it may be deeper than you're thinking. You may have to make it deeper.
Well, that's what I'm working on right now. Or I'm trying to. It's a little bit janky in here. Alright. We still have to kind of slope this a little bit, I think. So that the penguins can get in and get out of the water. A little bit easier. I was thinking of doing an island in the middle, but the keepers might get frumpy. And start bitching that they can't reach so-and-so. But if these guys need that much deep water, that could be a slight problem here. Alright. Let me turn you. I really don't want you like under the path. That would be slightly problematic. Most likely. Alright, and then let's see. Maybe we can twist you to maybe there. And then maybe over here. Just so I have a spot where I can kind of sculpt you in a little bit. We'll see how this goes. Alright, so let me grab our... Yeah, that's a little big. Just gonna smooth this out just a little bit. we might need to just pull up just a little bit. Because sometimes they can jump in, but they can't fully get out. If it doesn't really slope in there just right. Alright, let's try. I know we still have to like figure out our class and shit, but alright, let's see. Are you gonna give me a water depth on this now? You gave me a land area, you're giving me a water area, but you're not giving me an average water depth. Why? Where can I change my watercolor? Thought we could change the watercolor. Maybe because it's dirt, I can't. Like, that's weird. Or maybe we have to change it before we... And it's still not giving me a water depth. What the? Maybe because the animals aren't in there yet. Alright, so we're gonna have to do... viewing. So... this... I need to edit the barrier, please. Alright. So I know it said that it only had to be like 5 feet high. But... where's... there we go. That's pretty good. We have a window there. I think we'll leave that one solid. We can put like a information plaque up on that one. This one. So yeah, we can do information plaque. Oh, what did I do? Something that we probably didn't want to do. So information plaque there. And maybe we'll do that there. And then this one. Okay. That's not so bad. Alright, I'm still not going to be able to do much over here yet, so this might end up just becoming another animal or something. Maybe a food area. I don't know yet. mean, I guess I can walk back in here maybe. I'm trying to think of zookeepers, not guests. I mean, I guess we can do another path back here. I suppose. It's not a very big area for an animal, but it could be enough. Alright. I don't really want any windows on this side of the exhibit because I don't want to stress them out too much. Alright, so over here we're going to do animal talkie-talkie in this section, then this one, we'll do glass, alrighty. Got the 2 water windows over there, we've got a snowy window here. I think that ought to be good enough since they can walk through. Alright. Let's see, we've got an animal marketplace or animal storage over there. So let's see, if we do our top point here, right? Education. Alright, so 1. So these ones you can't really mess too hard with. They kind of stick to the path there, so I would actually that's not what I really want to do there. Alright, so this section of path I would like you to be a little bit no, undo that. A little bit straighter. Which means let me undo that. You see, it was a little bit on a curve there. Why is it? Oh, are you gonna be janky now? You are. What? Why are you being weird? You're being weird. You're like acting like I'm trying to move you up and down and I'm not. Alright, let's try that and see if we can get that somewhat in here. So, I guess I need to do it from this side. So we have this one kind of in the middle. One there. That one there. I see that one's just a little bit. So maybe we need to do this one first. Or we just kind of accept the fact that there's gonna be some gaps in the back. See, that one's kind of, people on that end get a really bad view, so. I mean, we could bring it up onto the path edge a little bit, but and then we can do our, alright, so we'll do the railings when we get there. I just wanted to kind of put those in place. We can do a plaque there. Edit our barrier again. We can do that one there maybe. Another placky guy there. Alright, that should be fine there. Alright, that's all good. Okay. So we'll do shelter back there. Do our top point here. So if we're gonna do keep our entrance here, which I think is going to probably be about the best option. Alright, staff doesn't need a path that all that wide. Ah, yes, the struggle of the pathing. Well, I guess that's just gonna have to go like that. And then over here, we're gonna have to put in our stuff for this. So, facilities. Alright, so I'm pretty sure nothing over here has power. Okay, gotta move the webcam. So, water. We have some water there, and I'm just hoping that this water is deep enough, because we still haven't gotten... So, we're gonna need a water treatment. That's gonna be... Where's my... Alright, there's our working there. So that's a huge negative ring. So where on Earth? How far? Oh, I can't put you much further away. So if we go too far away, it's not gonna... Alright. Oof. Okay. So, how far onto my pathway is this? Because I don't see my pathway. Okay, I think we can work with that. We should be able to put in some, buildings, I think, back here. Hold on, let me look at my shelters here real quick. Arctic shelter. Wow, that's huge. Oh my god, that is... okay. Not what I was looking for, to say the least. Not at all. Oh, that's actually a little much. Alright, so... this is the temperature regulator for the water. Okay. So if we put you like there. And let me see. Water treatment there. So you two are next to each other. What we got for power over here? Nothing is powered. Okay. I didn't think it would be. Okay, so if we... where do we want to put you? Alright, your negative circle is a bit smaller. Alright, but you're not going to be part of that building. Alright. Okay, so you're right out there. Okay. Kinda need you to be back over this way. Okay, so you are encompassing that. Alright. So that doesn't power that. Okay. We would have to put you about there, or do two of you. Kind of liked the thought of you sitting about there. So So we will have to do a second one of you. Let me... see about figuring you out. Right, so that's... So I guess the guest gates don't need powering, I suppose. Where are you sitting in relation to that? Alright. How far away can I drag you? Right, that still has you powered. You've got power from that, technically. Alright. Okay, we'll drop you there. Okay, so we've got water temp, water cleaning. We've got the ship powered. This has power, that has power. Okay, now we're gonna have to put in a some staff stuff here, so we will need a keeper's hut. I think we'll do a large keeper's hut over here. Alright. How badly are we gonna piss everybody off now? So I'm just gonna kind of put you there. Alright, so you're like right on our pathway. You don't really need to be right on up in there. So we can pull you back a little bit. And I think we can pull you over just a touch. Alright, that should be good there. Okay, so keeper's hut. We can feed them now. I'm thinking of putting another animal in here. If we get like another cold guy. So that's not a bad idea of putting in a quarantine closer by. So there's a small quarantine. And then there's the large quarantine. I can't imagine that we're gonna need that big of a quarantine building. I probably should have laid the paths out first in here, but did I know? Why would I do that? That would make sense. Okay, so we got a quarantine. Keeper hut quarantine. Like, we have one vet surgery, but you never know if the one's enough. And we can put those two together. That should be fine. It probably wouldn't hurt to have a staff room over here. Just so they're not schlepping all the way across the park. Quite possibly. Alright, we're gonna have to decorate the hell out of this. We don't really necessarily need a workshop because we don't have anything that needs to be researched. Because there's two different research thingies, so we really don't need either one of those. We have a trade center, but it may not be a bad idea to have another one that's closer by. Although maybe this should be closer to our quarantine facility. I don't know. Where do I want to put you? Where do we want to put you? I kind of feel like you should be over here somewhere. But, because I mean, they're gonna have to go to the trade center and then go to quarantine. Right, so it would probably make more sense to have you closer to Alright, let's see how janky we can make these paths. Staff path time. Okay. So if staff is going to enter, say, this way. Nope, let go of that. Okay, now that works there, that works there. You there, and you there. Cool. Now you, my friends. You can go there. Okay, now. Do another one here. There. Okay, so that... Oh, wait, we still have to go one more. Alright, let me... Let's see if we can... Oh, you do not want to go that way, do you? Alright, so maybe... something like that. And was weird. Okay, hang on. Let's... Why are you being weird? You're being weird. I don't know why. Okay, cool. So we got a staff entrance off that path. There. That should be enough staff entrancing. I would think, alright, so... Speaking of staff. 1, 2... I almost want to put 3 keepers on this, just because of how big it is. We'll see how 2 goes. If we need to add another one, we will. Another mechanic. I guess I didn't have you over the path. Would not be amiss. I guess we can hire another security officer. 2 vets would probably be a good idea. Definitely another educator, because that one can stay over there. This one can work over here. Caretakers. Let's see. We've got all of that to cover. Yeah, let's go another one. Alright. Okay, I'm not gonna set up the... Well, I guess I should since I have them. You. Oh. We have to actually fully hire them. Alright, you... Alright. We need to... create a work zone, so this one, and this one, and that. Alright, work zone 3 is going to be King Penguins. Okay. Alright, so you're on King Penguin. You are going to be on King Penguin. Alright. You. You are going to be that, 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 that. That. Right, you are going to be repair Penguin. Okay. No. You. We need to do your work zone. There is no staff. Yes, there is. So this is vet. Do the vets go to the trade center? I don't know. Vet king. Alright, so that means you. I can just add you to that. Alright, our educator. I have to put in our top points. Okay. So... about there, I guess. We'll do the donation-y things later when we get to decorating. You. Alright, so staff building here. I don't think the animal talk person needs to go to the thingy, right? I mean, I guess we can, but I don't really think they need to. Talk King Penguin. Alright, these are just shorthand, so I know where the hell they belong. Alright. And then this one. Hi, Zuzu. Zuzu says hello, guys. I guess we can do this one in April. Okay, we don't have an animal to talk about yet because we haven't gotten our animal yet. That's next on our list. Hi, buddy. Yes, I know you were there. Mommy's not allowed to stream for more than 2 hours before Zuzu comes and says hello. Alright. Animal trading.
That's gonna be a big honking
yeah, I know.
isn't it?
Well, I'm always afraid of making it too small.
Just do me a favor. Dear God, please get a shit ton of penguins.
It says I can have up to 500. I'm not
Yes,
planning
please.
I can't do 500. My computer will stop running. You know that.
You would be amazed. I think I got up to 250 flamingos before I started having, issues. And those issues weren't about computer. It was about the damn things kept reproducing and I couldn't get rid of them fast enough.
Really?
And I'll tell you what, setting 250 flamingos to birth control back before they allowed multi-select was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, we have 2 males and 2 females, so I guess we'll start with that.
That's not how this works.
I'm on Sandbox.
You can't put in 4 to something that big. You need at least another 0. Come on, work with me here.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
You can feel the hate in her voice.
I can't. I literally only have 4 fucking penguins.
So buy them
available.
and then keep building and check in
I
for
said
more.
we'll start with this.
Well, don't release them. They're gonna be lonely.
They get angry being held in the trade center after a while. Oh my god. Someone help me. Anybody want to borrow my husband for the rest of the day?
I am not going and traveling anywhere today, so if you want to borrow me, it's going to be virtually at best.
Oh my word. Okay, so we need to go to the animal storage. Alright. So these 4 are gonna go to quarantine. Okay, so back to the... Are these the ones I just got, or are these 4 new ones? Thomas, Benjamin, Frankie, and Zara. Oh, these are 4 new ones. Okay, so... We said we're gonna start with 10, right? So that was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we did the small quarantine, so I think these guys will have to go to Trade Center 2. Alright, so we're gonna start with that. Alright, so let's hit play and let these guys figure out what they're doing. And at least get some of these guys taken over to quarantine. I keep hearing flamingo noises in the background, and I'm like, I don't have flamingos in here. We haven't put them in yet. Really? You came from the entire other way of the zoo. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna pause for a moment here. I just want to kind of try to smooth out our rough points here. So right now it looks like it's just kind of painting them. We still have to figure out cooling and chillers and all that jazz. It's probably not going to do much smoothing with the water in here. Just to be perfectly clear, we'd probably have to take the water out. I thought we could change the color of the water. So I am deeply confused. That's like regular paint. Maybe it's certain depth water you can only paint. That could be. Alright. I think they'll be able to navigate that. Who's in our zoo? Oh, look, the husband's in the zoo. It's an automatic thing where your avatar will just show up in other people's zoos, sometimes. Oh, we're about to have another giraffe. Alright, so we're waiting on animals to finish quarantine. Before we can start moving some over in here. I mean, we could end up doing like a restaurant or something over here. We'll have to see. Alright, one is ready to leave quarantine. 3 diseased animals discovered. Vet requested. Uh-oh. Serious injury discovered. Vet requested. Interesting. So are we ready to 5 have passed quarantine? Alright, you passed quarantine. You're ready to leave quarantine. And you seem to be all better now? Okay, so let's pause. Alright, so everybody seems to be good. And... No. Move. There we go. And you will be coming over here. And this is King Penguin's exhibit. Did it ever give us... No, it never gave us a water depth calculation, so... That's annoying. Oh, look at all of our caretakers running. I'm kind of surprised that the janitors are the ones that are, running to grab the animals. You would think the vets would be moving them, or the keepers. Alright, we're about to have a whole bunch of pissed off penguins, so... Because this habitat is not in any way, shape, or form ready for them. Look, they're so excited that they've arrived. Alright. So, animal storage. Where's my open animal storage? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. You all will be going to quarantine next. Alright, so let's grab one of our pissy penguins. Well, first of all, did we ever calculate the water depth? No, it still didn't. That's strange to me. Okay. Alright, let's see how angry you are. Alright, so we need a hard shelter. We're gonna work on that. We might need a few hard shelters. Oh, we've more than exceeded water depth, it would seem. Okay, cool. Probably overdid it, to be perfectly honest. As we do. Alright, shelters, hard shelter. I'm kind of surprised they don't have any, like, cavey things. I mean, good lord, that is obnoxiously huge. Do we have anything smaller? Like, we don't need a burrow. Metal and cold would probably not be a good combination. Classic shelter. That is ginormous. Why are we still so ginormous here? Alright, we might have to build something. Of our own accord here. Alright, construction. We might have to go rocks, but let me see. What our options are. Nope, not that. Alright, so these are like the ice block wall pieces. Could definitely work with this. Like, kind of getting that settled in back in here. It doesn't have to be right up on the back edge. I mean, it could, but then we could also have some animals going back there when they probably shouldn't be. Okay, so if we kind of go something like that. And let's see. No, not that. Well, actually, if we ixnay on that, we could like about there, and then we can grab this one and have it completely not line up, because, you know, it's me, so why would it line up like that? If we can just get the pieces in, that's all that really matters the most there. So you kind of have to do the wide sections here for the animals to be able to come and go. Alright, you. Gonna split you from the group. That's pretty good in there, I think. Alright. Then let's see, where's our angry penguin? Because this, we should probably be doing terrain before we do the hard shelter so we can still see the terrain. Really? Correct amount of snow. Sand. We need sand, guys. Not something I thought we would need, but apparently so. We need more sand, Captain. Oh, I cannot see what on earth we are doing down here, so let me get in here with this. Our sand isn't increasing. Why? Is it because they want more sand on the land? Because they like want a crap ton more sand, don't they? So our water's back in place. Less short grass. Long grass is fine. Soil. Alright, let's see if we can do soil. They want heavy soil or they want light soil? Soil. Is it just not moving because we're in pause? Frankie the penguin. Wow, this is a lot of soil. We'll do some little dirt tracks here. Really, that contains the correct amount of rock. These things really live in sandy areas? I'm kind of surprised. Like, isn't Antarctica covered in snow? Surprised. I thought we were gonna have to have all kinds of snow and shit in here. I still have a bit too much short grass. Just gonna make this a bit of a rocky area in here. Alright. And maybe we'll go with some rockiness in here. We're probably gonna have to put in a second shelter too. Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Alright, so let's go back to hard shelter. People are coming over here and it looks so butt ugly. Alright. You're not ready to go yet. You three are ready to come over to here though. Alright. So let's come back over here and we will work on our roof. Alright. So I'm thinking we'll do the ice rocks since we're already kinda doing the icy. Well, this looks kind of dumb with no snow on the ground, doesn't it? I mean, when I hear penguins, I think snow, but it looks like snow, they don't care? Maybe we should reevaluate what we're building this out of. Do we have like regular tundra rocks that aren't snowy? Taiga. Temperate, tropical, tundra. Okay, we do. Alright, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll switch this to stone. We could just go straight stone. Alright, so let's... Oh, I suppose it let me replace you. Alright, so let's just start over then. And we can do like one shelter here. Cause yeah, doing that in the ice block seems kind of silly when these guys don't want snow. I thought they would. Color me surprised. Alright, so do that, and I don't know how many of our penguin friends this is going to accommodate. I guess we'll find out. Alright, so... Nope, nature. Okay, so we need a stone that's going to work with this. And that kind of works. Kinda. Okay, so there's one. And I'm just gonna have like a little bit of overhang here and there. No reason not to. Let's see, how big? You're not very big. Well, I mean, I guess you're kind of big, but for what I want you for, you could be a little bit longer. But, you know, we'll take what we can get. Alright, so that's a bit of a gap there. And grab the smaller one. Alright, so there's that. Alright, that looks like that's well and covered. I don't see any rain coming in. Alright. And let's kind of turn you, because why not? Alright, let's see here. The goal is just to kind of make it look cave-like. Well, we still have some walls as our main side structure. I'll probably come back in certain spots, add a little bit of extra stonework on the outside here. Just so we can get these guys somewhat happy. Again, I'm not sure. We'll probably need to add another shelter. I don't know how cozy these guys like to get with each other. Oh, that's a little guy. See if we can cover you up there. And let's see. Oh, that's probably a little big for a roof rock. Probably a little bit on the heavy side to be supported there. Although that guy's probably... Oh, there's a bigger chunk that I was looking for to begin with. I thought there was one. Okay. Alright, penguins. How you feeling about that? Alright. Animals only swim underwater. Oh, well, it's more than that, so... But there's no plants in here. How? I wonder how upset the penguins are gonna be now. Nope, you still want enrichment. Alright, well, we're working on that. I really thought you would want snow. We're gonna have to do some more work to the outside of that. Weird. Very weird. Oh, you know what I was gonna do? Well, it wasn't that, but... Okay, we can probably put something out there in the water. Power. Habitat. Okay. I'm not showing any problem areas. The problem areas usually show up in red, I believe. These guys don't want a certain temperature on their water. So, animal's too hot. The water's too hot or the animal's too hot? Let me see there. -20. Okay. So... Alright, that should only be covering this one. Doesn't go to -20. Alright, let's try that. See if you cool down at all. Are you not gonna? Or does it just take time? Might just be taking time. Temperature. Animals too hot. Okay. Well, you didn't want snow. And now you're too hot. You all are gonna be a righteous pain in the ass. Alright. And we haven't even finished decorating your habitat yet, so... Let's see here. That might be good there. So you... Let's try that. Alright, so tempy temps. That should start to cool that down. Over there. Okay, so that's gonna... How much of a range does this guy have? Alright, there you are. Alright, so I have you at max range. So that'll cover that shelter. We still need to do some rock work on this one while we're paused here. I thought that they were gonna be too warm, but they weren't acting like it at first. It's like, oh, okay. Sure. But they would be fussy critters. Because of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? Now, let me see if I can... Not the one I wanted. Well, maybe that was the one I wanted. Kinda. Kinda, sorta, I guess. Well, that's a big guy. Oh, that'll fit in there. Okay, that works. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Alright. Guess we'll grab this big guy here. I know it's kind of like, well, what was the point of doing the walls if you're just gonna put rocks around it, but I work better with guides. Especially with stuff like this. I mean, if you just want to go to, then go to. I mean, no. You do what you want to. By all means. Like I said, I've never done this animal before, so this is gonna take a little bit of fussing and figuring out how we're gonna deal with him. Them. Like, and I certainly don't have to cover the entirety of the inside walls. I'm just trying to make the outside of this not look quite so strange with the top half. Alright. I want you to kind of go like that. You guys are all small. That'll work. And you can rotate these guys if you so choose. I mean, the rocks, so do whatever. I'm sure somebody else has a much better penguin hidey hole than what I am trying to slap together here. Alright, so let's come back to the back area. I'm sitting here and I'm like, why does my tongue feel like it's burnt? What did I do? I haven't eaten anything. And I'm like, oh right, I had tea. Burnt my tongue on my tea. Because of course I did. What can we do with this guy? Without you floating. I guess that's okay. Oh no, that's too big. That's too big. Alright, that's a little guy. I could see his silhouette. Can't wait to get to go to the zoo again. Though it's probably much too hot now for us to even attempt it. Because we suddenly skipped the rest of spring. And we've been in the 90s the past few days. It's been kind of gross to just suddenly have it happen. So that's been tough. We actually had to, the one day I was like, no, we're not putting the air on. I was like, well, if the parents need the air on, then that's another thing, but it's too soon for this, and I was being really stubborn about it. And then I tried to go to bed that night, and it was so damn hot in here. I was melting. We had like 5 fans on. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Could not sleep. Kept checking in with the parents. They're like, no, we're fine. I'm like, how are you guys fine? It's like a damn oven in this place. I'm like, no, we're good. And I'm like, alright. Come morning, I was like, fuck this shit, because I can't sleep when I get too hot. I just can't. And, I tend to run a bit warm as well, so I was cranky. I was tired because I didn't sleep, and I'm like, no. I was like, husband, I know it's way too early for this, but I can't cope. Let's go change the air filter. And let's do this, because at least for a few days, maybe it'll cool down again. We probably could have gotten away with turning it off a little bit this afternoon. Maybe. But I'm waiting on these storms to show up that were supposed to show up. And they still haven't yet. And they're saying that they could be severe, and then I'm like, well, if we've got lightning and shit going on and rain coming in the windows, we're not going to be able to open said window. Damn it. We're not going to be able to open said windows for airflow. So I guess we'll just leave it on for right now, because I mean the house isn't bad at the moment. It's tolerable. And our room's the warmest with the AC running anyway, because we don't have our window unit in. Okay, so you can kind of see some of the walls in there, I guess. Should we? Like, we probably really don't need to. But I guess at least where the guests can look in, we probably should cover. Oh, okay. No. You need to go that way, not at me, please. I don't need rocks flying at my face, ever. Nobody needs rocks flying at their face. Seems a bit much. Just a little. Alright, I think we should twist that just a little bit more. Okay, cool. I don't know what this did to the outside of it. It should be fine. There you go. That looks proper rocky and cavey. Alright, so sleepy sleeps. I guess jetty bedding platform. I guess that's for the seals? I don't know, we'll put some hay down in here. We'll see if they get mad about it. I don't know if they will. So, we might need another shelter, I'm thinking. And if we do, we might put it, like, over here. Just to kind of let them walk away from people if they so choose. Alright. Do we think these guys want a jetty out here? don't know. Do we? Do penguins want a jetty? Jetty side panel. I mean, I could just do a rock, but I don't know if they're gonna get on the rock. Will they? Aquatic faux rock. Thought that would be much bigger than that. Wow, that's tiny. Like, would these rocks be different? Should they be different? I feel like they would just be the regular tundra, you guys. Maybe? Oh, I have a feeling the keepers are going to be like, I can't get out there. Well, if they're going to allow you to have exhibits with water in them, the dang keepers should be able to swim. Like they could in Zoo Tycoon, and you never had to worry about it. Hold on. Thought the one side looked a little more uneven than the other, but I guess not. That's a big guy. That is a big guy. Hang on, let's see. You are super small. Where's all of our... There you are. It's like I had you earlier. And now I don't know what happened to you. I want you to come over here. And I guess we'll have you a little bit under the water, so that you have a way to get up onto here. Alright, we still have some penguins we have to get out of quarantine. So I can't forget to do that. Alright, do that there. I wonder if we put a chiller out here. If the maintenance guy is gonna be like, what? No. Just no. So there's that one there. Can we tilt you just a little bit? Okay, that's not exactly what I wanted to do. I've got to replace this mouse. It's starting to become a bit obnoxious. Alright, so we got like a little rocky thing out there. Alright. So we're on temperature. Alright, so we kind of do need a chiller out here. I kind of have to put one out here. Alright, Alright, so whoop, too far. Let me turn you off for a moment so that I can see you. That was a very loud truck. I don't know if that was a pickup truck or the one SUV that's a bit obnoxious, but... Alright, what did I put the other one at? I don't remember. What did we put you at? 14. Okay. Because we were just trying to see if we could get you somewhat happy. Alright, so you guys are still hot and angry over here. Alright, we're working on you. Alright, so did our temp's starting to come down out there over the water. Good. Alright, oh, that's looking nice and icy over there. Ice Station Penguin. Okay. Alright, now. Like, we've still got quite a bit to do in this exhibit. So, now, let's see what we're... What are... You don't like any plants? Really? So you don't mind snowy rocks, but you don't want snow? Straight up in the exhibit. Correct amount of snow. Do you not care about snow? Is that what it is? Well, what do we have for enrichment? Okay, so what do we got here? A water jet rock. A mirror mobile, a block of frozen fish, a bubble machine, platform floats, a rubber ducky, a sprinkler, a submarine buoy, an underwater fish feeder box, an underwater fish feeder flat. What's the difference? Oh, just that that's flat, maybe? A water jet enrichment. Alright, well, let's look for toys first. Like, I guess we should have put this around. Or put the rocks around it, maybe. Why is that red? Oh, maybe it has to have a certain amount of clearance from the rocks, perhaps. I've not played with this thing before, so I don't know. I don't know why it's flickering like that either. It might just be being silly. Alright, well, I mean, I guess I can give that to you. Platform floats must be placed on the water surface. Okay. Oh, is that why it was flickering? We weren't high enough. It is on the water surface. What do you mean? Is that what you mean? Still not. I don't... It says this for all of it, though. Use the move operation to snap to a link. But it is! I don't understand you. It is? Have you played with the platform floats before?
I have. What's the problem?
Does it always say in red that it has to be floating?
I know it requires deep water. You might have to lower it some. Yeah, it looks like it's checking for deep water.
Like that lower, or?
Yeah, but no, it looked like it was checking for deep water, hon. It has to have... Oh. Hover over it. Platforms, floats must be placed on the water surface. Okay, so yeah, so click on it. And click the move button instead of the X button.
This?
Yeah. Because what that'll do is it'll automatically put it on the surface when you plop it. And you just have to plop it somewhere where the animals can access it.
Okay. That was like the
Yeah,
same...
the platforms are a little picky.
Okay. Obviously. Okay, is that why it's doing that weirdness? Because the water wasn't quite deep enough? No? Okay, we'll just get rid of that one. We'll keep the one. I know there's a facility having a negative effect on guests. I know all about it, damn it. You're not ideal. Temperature. Okay, you. I didn't need to come all the way over here though, but thank you for doing that. Get you scheduled to come over here. Okay. Now. Okay, you. Okay, so you're happy with the temperature now that you're over here. Alright, fine. Be that way. This is also open though. We need some more. We need some rockage in here because this is just way too open and an area, not enough coverage here. Besides, where can we stick our chillers if we don't have any rocks to stick them in? Alright, so we got that there. Gonna need a lot more chillers. Most definitely. Okay, so now it's just about, you know, prettying the joint up, pretty much. And that'll probably take a little bit of time. Alright, let me come back to habitat for a minute. Alright, so that chiller's reaching that far. Alright, let me see. How big of a bubble? Of course, we're gonna have guests complaining that they're cold because they're walking into the chilly penguin facility. Alright, let me turn you off while I'm trying to get you sorted back here. Alright, you, my friend. Let's at least try to keep our temperature is somewhat consistent. I think I had you on 14. And that seemed to appease most of you guys. Alright, so that's kind of hidden from this sight line. Okay, so we can't forget we need to do some rock work out here. It's gonna be kind of funny, or kind of dumb, I guess, to put in snowy rocks if we don't have any snow. So we'll probably just stick with the tundra rocks here for now. Let's see what else we've got here. Because I'm still not sure if we have to put in another shelter. We probably will. kind of expecting that to have to happen. Alright, we'll probably do some food enrichment up here because we haven't fed these guys yet, and we're gonna need to. Probably sooner than later. Can't be having hungry penguins. That's just not gonna work. So there's like a little path through there. Right, that temperature didn't get going yet. Just want to see how far out that's gonna cover. See if I need to move that one. We might need to adjust it a little bit. Because we seem to have an area over here. It's not quite necessarily to my liking. Okay, so if I put you there, are you gonna get this piece here? Or do I need to shove another rock over here? Alright, we might need to extend that. Looks like all of the ants are coming out to eat on my desk, even though there's nothing here for them. Alright, let me see here. Let's see about flipping this guy around. So yeah, now it's just gonna be kind of like fussing with some rocks and stuff. So we kind of get things sitting how we want them to be. These are fussy critters, aren't they? Well, I mean, I guess if I was used to a cold climate and somebody tossed me into a tropical one, I would not be too pleased either. So I guess if we look at it from that perspective, get you kind of slid back in here. Now, this guy. I tuck you right back in here. Alright, let's see. Are you going to cover this corner now? Maybe? Almost. It's still not quite So you... I mean, simple solution would be just to drop another one there, but I'm trying to get the maximum range out of these guys. That might have done it. Alright, that's filling in. Come on, make the orange go away. Not quite. Dang. It's just being all sorts of fussy. Alright, let's try that. Maybe we can just pile some rocks around it. Like, this is fine. Just if they walk over here, they're gonna be like, oh, I'm unhappy. Come on. I moved you closer. And you're still not. You're still not filling in. Now look. I put you here. You dang well better do it. Because there's not much more I can do here. Wow, it just doesn't want to do. Does it? Like, how much closer do we have to get here? Because this is getting silly. That's so bizarre. Yeah, I know. They're all too hot. Well, they should all come over here. Where it's not that hot. We've got the chillers over by the water. Although I'm sure you guys are starting to get hungry. So we need to put some food in. We need to put in... Oh, that's a big guy. We need to put in, words. What am I trying to think of? We need to put in some food and some more enrichment-y things as well. Alright, so... that should be filling in, because out here is starting to fill in. Maybe it just hasn't been running long enough yet. Alright, we're going to need to probably plop another one of those guys down on in here. Probably see what I'm doing before I place these guys. grab another chiller thing. Alright, so you... hopefully we'll get to 14. Alright, so we got one penguiny guy up there. Let's grab our pillory rocks of doom. Let's see, I don't necessarily want it completely covering a rock. I just kind of want it sort of blocking the sight line. From, let's see, say there. And we can do that one there. So on the back side of this, we'll have to put in another cooler, but I want to see how this one's gonna do. Do not know why that will not fill in. It should be. So we've got, oh, that platform's not cold. Why is that not in the cold bubble? You're very happy. We might need to lower some of these temperatures here. Unless these are just being that slow to come down. Because that was the first one we put in. What if we take you down to 10? Because that one's like blue. So... there lies my question as to why is that rock blue? Okay, these guys are starting to... maybe because that's a shelter. That could be... alright, these guys are starting to filter in over to here, where they're a little bit cooler. Alright, we're gonna need to... okay, so they're just throwing fish on the ground until I can get stuff figured out here. Alright. So that's fine with me. Alright. These guys don't want any plants, although I don't think we really have plants for here. Like, I don't even think we have any tree options. I'm just trying to figure out how to hide our chillers so they're not quite so terribly obvious. Good luck with that, I guess. So I suppose we could flip you up like that. And maybe do that like there. It's hard to see what I'm doing with the heat map on. Alright, so if we do a little something like that. And grab another guy here, right? I don't want to sink it completely because then I'm going to have trouble grabbing it to temperature adjust him. Alright, and we need to have some flat spaces here for these guys to walk across. So people are walking around. They're looking at the penguins. Don't go off your path, lady. Don't you dare. Alright, so... Oh god, as hot as it is in this park, everybody's gonna be in here. They're still all thirsty and shit, so... I know facilities are having a negative effect on guests. We haven't decorated them yet, but we need to get the penguins sorted first. Their fussy butts need to get cooled off. Okay. You're fine. We probably will not get this... Oh no, we definitely won't get this finished today. But, we definitely have a start. That's for sure. So I'm trying to use the rocks here to kind of, sort of, maybe stick the chillers in so that they're not quite so damn obvious. Don't know how well that's gonna play out here. I'm also not sure if these guys will hop across these things. I swear was this the same rock we were using on the roof? Because it looked a lot bigger when we were doing that. But it's not a bad layout so far. Like I said, we will probably have to do another shelter and probably plop that in there. It just feels weird that there's no snow. But then again, with the heat, I don't know if the snow would stay. Probably not. Did I actually... Okay, we did actually place that guy. That's a big old rock guy. You alright?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need me for anything?
No, I'm good. Just tired. I actually half wonder if it's the antibiotics.
It's probably. Alright, so we got this guy here. Oh, no! I wanted that. Damn it. That's all that trouble flipping him up. I actually was pretty happy with his placement. You know, we want them to be able to retreat if they so choose, right? So right, now I think this end of the walkway is a little warm still. A little bit. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll stick another guy. About yay. Alright, so what was I putting you at? I think I was putting you at like 5 degrees. Alright. And let's come back to our rock friends. So I know we kind of have the guests able to come through here, but at the same time, you know, they don't need to be having that awesome of a view of them. So we don't have totally stressy penguins. There's enough of a little sideway thing there if they so choose to walk in between. Alright. We still have to do some food enrichment areas. We still have to cool this section down, but I think we're gonna pause here for today. And you can kind of see the chillers from back here. But the only way to really hide them is if I sink them completely in the rocks, and then I'm gonna have trouble grabbing them if I need to adjust the temperatures again, so. But yeah, I think we're gonna pause here for today. We've done pretty good. All things considered. I don't know if we're going to leave that floating platform out there. We might do something different. I just don't think the penguins really need the floating platform. Like, it seems silly. Oh, besides, they're out there on the rock. They don't really need that. We can do another rock platform if we need to. Because he's having fun out here. He's fine. He's chilling. He wants some enrichment, but they all do, and we're working on it. So yeah, I mean, we can do like another rock thing out there. That should be more than fine. Yeah, we're working on getting our little squiggly path in for our guests. And then once we get the animals sorted, then we can deal with all the negative impact nonsense out here. And that should be good. Wow, we put penguins in and we gained like 400 people, I guess, because we've got a third animal in here. Finally. Okay, so you're looking through there. There's nothing really to look at yet, but that's okay. Alright. I mean, it just seems so empty right now, but probably because it's so damn big, we'll be getting a lot more penguin action happening in here once they all start reproducing. But I think next week we'll add the second shelter back here. I'm thinking we'll do one over here just to fill in this big openness, and we'll work on finishing up our little stone-lined pathway here, and we'll work on getting the rest of the chillers in place to get these guys all nice and settled in. And we'll get our enrichment stuff in, and then we'll deal with decorating our buildings over here. I don't know how we're going to decorate these, because it seems silly to put them in like the ice walls now that I'm thinking about it, when there's no snow. So I don't know, we might just go with like a stone on the outside of these kind of guys to kind of just keep going with the stone cavey texture. I don't know. I gotta think about it. I mean, we could put the ice walls on these, but I think it's gonna look too weird. Like, we could go snow, but again, there's no snow, and they don't want snow, or they don't care if they have snow or something, so I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll probably end up putting maybe some rocks in this grass section here just to kind of fill that in. But let's see here. There's not going to be a stream tomorrow. I am on the podcast tomorrow, though, for Wild Challenges, so we do have that. I guess we can go see Vu. He's a friend of Zort's. So he's playing what is he playing? I don't know. Let me see what he's playing before we all go charging in there. He's playing Evil Dead the game to celebrate Friday the 13th. Oh, that's right, it was Friday the 13th, isn't it?
That explains a bit.
So let's go and we'll say hi to Vu. And I will see you guys on Sunday for art. If I can figure out how to get this typed in and work properly. There we go. You guys have a great weekend. I will see you on Sunday.